A beautiful yet steamy night beckons over Toyota Field. It's week 13 of the United Soccer League season as San Antonio FC back home, and they'll welcome in Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Thanks so much for joining us, along with former Major League Soccer defenseman Kelly Gray. I'm Dan Weiss. It's great to have you with us. Well, for San Antonio FC, it's been an up-and-down inaugural season, and San Antonio FC winless in their last 6 USL matchups. Having said that, though, they still find themselves very much alive in the playoff picture, and Kelly, they're entering a very favorable portion of the season right now.
Yeah, you know, they've got the next 5 of their 6 games are at home. That is so crucially important. You always like to play at home. You like to sleep in your own bed. You like to have your fans behind you. They have to make sure they get some points out of the next few games.
And Sean Chin, one of the leading strikers on the team, a team that, of course, is searching for offense right now. He's going to miss the rest of the season as he suffered a broken foot in the game Wednesday night in Houston against Dynamo in the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup. Tonight, the opponent, Kelly, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, one of the elite teams in the Western Conference. What challenge are they going to pose for the home side this evening?
Well, a very good team sitting pretty favorably in the table right now. A lot of experience out on the field, and defensively they're very, very stingy. I think it really comes down to San Antonio has to play their game. They have to get some sort of meaningful possession in the attacking half of the field. They have to bring the midfield into that attacking half, get the ball out wide, and whip the ball into some numbers in the box.
Well, as always, the supporters are going to be loud here at Toyota Field tonight. San Antonio FC hasn't been home since May 25th, and they're looking for 3 points tonight against Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's 3rd largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building homes for Habitat for Humanity. To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
Celebrate the season right with Stars Basketball and Family Fun Day. Every Saturday and Sunday home game presented by News 4 and Fox 29. Ticket and food packages start at just $13. Head over to sastars.com for more info. Season presented by Krista Santa Rosa Health System and HEB.
When it needs to be ultra exciting, high-flying, non-stop action, San Antonio FC Soccer's got you covered. When it needs to be high-performing, hard-working, high-tech, super safe, built for comfort, and surprisingly affordable, Holt Cat has got you covered. With best-in-class cat-heavy equipment, engines, generators, and more, plus legendary service and support, and the largest parts inventory and distribution network in Texas. Kick it into high gear with Holt Cat.
Welcome to Corner Store. How can we help?
Well, thirsty.
We have juice, teas, and over 100 ways to create your drink with our Coca-Cola Freestyle.
Wow, that's a lot of drinks.
Need a boost? We've got fresh coffee and great deals on energy drinks.
That's cool and hot.
Ready to relax? Check out our craft beer and wine selection.
Classy.
How else can we help?
I'll just take these. Thanks.
Don't forget the milk. Just $2.39 a gallon at Corner Store. Always fresh, guaranteed. We're fresh and friendly. We're Corner Store.
San Antonio FC Soccer here on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Toyota. Go to buyatoyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota Field, the site tonight. San Antonio FC, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC for the second time this season. Let's take a look at our starting 11 for both sides. And for San Antonio FC tonight, their starting 11 has one notable change. Sam McBride, the first-year defender, had been the only player to play in all 999 minutes up to this point. He is not in the starting 11 tonight as Stephen McCarthy gets back in the lineup after missing last week's game against Portland. Meanwhile, for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC tonight, this is a team that's been led by second-year pro Marty Maben, who scored in the game against San Antonio FC when these two teams met back on April 23rd in Colorado Springs. He leads the team with 5 goals on the season. And Kelly, as we get ready here for kickoff tonight between San Antonio FC and Colorado Springs Switchbacks here, it is a beautiful night, but it is a steamy night.
Yeah.
Temperature right about 90 degrees, light breeze coming out of the east, humidity dew point in the 70s. What kind of impact is that going to have on the game this evening?
I think it's something that's going to be very important. You know, Colorado Springs is not used to playing in this kind of humidity, and they're going to really have to save themselves if they want to have a push at the end. So I see that as a huge advantage for San Antonio because they train in this day in, day out. They know what to expect.
There's a look at Darren Powell, first-year head coach for San Antonio FC, and before him you saw the captain, Josh Ford, making his way back to the net. And I talked to Darren after the game in Houston, and while he was disappointed, obviously, with the result against Houston Dynamo that San Antonio FC saw as their elimination out of the U.S. Open Cup, he thought the effort and the start, particularly possession-wise, of the first 20-25 minutes was really beneficial for his team. It's just, and it's been kind of a reoccurring theme. They just have not been able to execute on those quality scoring chances this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that there's quality in this team, and it's just a matter of, can they put it together for an entire 90 minutes? Can they put the entire performance together? And they've struggled a bit with that. And so that's what they have to look for today is, I mean, for me, it's especially, can they get the ball up top? Can they hold the ball in attack? Can they bring the midfielders into that attack? And can they maintain some sort of meaningful possession in the attacking half of the field to try and create something offensively and hopefully be able to put at least one in the back of the net?
Underway at Toyota Field, San Antonio FC, their 13th game of the season. Along with Kelly Gray, Dan Weiss, thanks so much for joining us here on Fox Sports Southwest. Fajero pushes it forward into the box there, looking for Rafa Castillo. Here's a look at Steve Trittschuh, second-year head coach for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Last year, he was a finalist for Coach of the Year in the United Soccer League. That team, in its inaugural season last year, so something of a template, I guess, for San Antonio FC, was 14-10-4, 46 points. They were third in the conference, lost in the conference semifinals, but they had the #1 goal differential in all of the Western Conference, and they returned 15 players from that team last year. As a foul in the midfield, and Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC will have the free kick. We mentioned Marty Maben leading the team in scoring for Colorado Springs Switchbacks, 5 goals. Luke Vercoloni is their captain. On his 13th pro season, 34 years of age. He was the first player ever signed by this club. And a possession foul here against Milton Palacios, and another free kick for Colorado Springs FC. Palacios scored in the 87th minute last Saturday night in Portland. Kelly, that snapped a streak of over 400 minutes without a goal in USL play for San Antonio FC and earned him a very valuable point on the road.
Yeah, and that kind of tells you, though, how the season's going. When you're right back as the guy that's scoring the goal, it tells you that you're struggling offensively.
And here's a dangerous set piece coming up. Josh Suggs, in his first year, former captain of the OC Blues. It's been a big part of their back end this season for Colorado Springs Switchbacks. 7-2-2 their record. 23 points coming into play here this evening. Delivers into the box and headed back out to the top. Taesong Kim trying to strike one through, and it was deflected aside. Kept alive and in, and a shot. Great save by Josh Ford in front as he denies the aforementioned captain Luke Vercoloni, who had a great opportunity just outside the 6-yard box.
And Vercoloni just finds himself wide open right in the 6-yard box. And a huge, huge save from Josh Ford.
First corner of the night belongs to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Josh Ford is the number 4 ranked goalkeeper in USL play. He's only given up 9 goals this season, 791 save percentage, and a goals against average of .82. And a huge save off the hop here, keeping this one scoreless for now. Curled into the back post, and Ford reaches high to intercept the pass. And streaking in, on the back end there is looking for a play was Mike Seth.
Well, that's exactly what you want out of your goalkeeper, though. A big save early on, and then to come up huge on that corner kick and just snag it out of the air. That's setting the right tone for that back line.
Palacios was looking in the direction of Fujiro Okioma, who is playing in his first game, ironically, since the last meeting between these two teams back in Colorado Springs on April 23rd. It's his 5th appearance in the lineup this year for Darren Powell's team, just his 2nd start. Colorado Springs Switchbacks once again on the attack here, as this is delivered well high and wide of the net. And a result in the goal kick here for San Antonio FC.
Well, we're already seeing Vuccioloni make those runs from midfield, and San Antonio defense really has to be careful because he's making that 3rd man run, and it's very, very dangerous. We've seen him already with 1 scoring chance. You see him there running in the corner and being able to get a cross off as well.
If there was one area where I think Darren Powell and the rest of the team was really discouraged the other night in Houston in their 4-0 loss, was the fact that they had some self-inflicted plays on the back end that led to some dynamo goals, plays that really haven't happened for this team this season. This is Araujo as he comes into the attacking third. Victor Araujo making his 3rd start here of the season. Pressuring the ball there, trying to come away with it over on the backside was Gonzalez, but San Antonio FC will work it back up, delivered in the direction of Fujiro, and again over his head. San Antonio FC creating a little bit of possession here for the first time tonight.
But you look at that play from Araujo there. Gets the ball in the corner. He holds off 2 defenders. He's able to bring the entire team of San Antonio into the attacking half and keep possession. I mean, if he can continue to do that, especially find himself a little bit more central, then San Antonio is going to create some chances.
6th minute here at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC 1-2-2 in their 5 matches here at home. This is their first home game since May 25th, a 0-0 draw against Rio Grande Valley FC Toros, as Miguel Salazar is tripped up in the middle. Free kick for San Antonio FC. And their last win, not only in league play, but also here at Toyota Field, was all the way back on April the 30th, a 3-1 favorable result against Tulsa Roughnecks FC. It was also the last time that hitting scorer Jason Johnson scored a goal. Jason's not in the starting 11 tonight here for Darren Powell's club. This is Castillo as he gets pressure there from 3 switchbacks. Knocked aside and up ahead. Some good operating space and a nice ball to the outside.
You look at this, 5 San Antonio players in the box.
And what an opportunity for Michael Reed. Curling in just outside the 6s. He heads it off target of David Lagoric.
Well, see, they get that ball out wide, and just look at how many players San Antonio has in the box. That's 5 players in the box. It's no wonder they're able to get on the end of that.
And you like that just push forward right there. Nice ball to the outside and able to attack that back end of Colorado Springs.
Absolutely, and you know that Greg Cochran is going to be making those runs up wide the entire game. That guy's got an engine like you wouldn't believe. He's not ever going to stop. And the more that they can get him the ball out wide and keep getting those huge numbers into the box, the more chance they're going to have of putting one away.
Araujo. Victor Araujo was an All-American playing at Trinity here in San Antonio, originally from Salvador, Brazil. Pico Bradnock Brennan starting on the back end tonight. First-year player out of London, played collegiately at UNC Charlotte. A turnover created by Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC as they push forward across the midfield line. Tae-Song Kim, who was scouted by Steve Trichu in a combine before the season, played collegiately in Korea and came over getting his first opportunity to play in the U.S. And a poor ball is intercepted by Reed as Araujo makes the run, lifts it over, David Lagoric, and in! And San Antonio FC on the board early off the miscue by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks back end.
What a perfect start to this home stand for San Antonio.
And a rare bad ball by J.J. Greer, the defender. And a nice find by Michael Reed. And Araujo just lifts it over Gorik's extended right arm and into the back of the net.
And you have to love that heads-up play from Reed, just aware of it. And Araujo maybe a little bit lucky on that shot, but sometimes that's what it takes. But he put himself in the right place at the right time, able to give San Antonio the 1-0 lead.
Araujo's first goal in his first season as a professional. Had the assist on Milton Palacios' goal last Saturday in Portland, so now he's factored into the last 2 goals for San Antonio FC. It's the first time that an offensive player has scored for San Antonio FC since Danny Garcia scored in Oklahoma City all the way back in early May. San Antonio FC getting out to that 1-0 lead here in the opening minutes after, and again, you go back to the outstanding save by Josh Ford against Vercoloni in the really opening minutes. That could have certainly changed the tide of this game in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just see just how important that save was now.
Good challenge by Salazar, works the ball away from Vercoloni. And Biko Bradnock-Brennan will get it back to Josh Ford. So Araujo with the opening goal for San Antonio FC. As they tried to push themselves back up the table in the Western Conference. They enter the night 14th among 15 teams, but yet find themselves only 5 points out of the last playoff spot, currently occupied by OKC Energy FC. Palacios, with danger coming up ahead, is able to redirect it away from Suggs on the attack. And a throw-in coming up for Colorado Springs. Volleyed along, and Castillo will switch ends of the field. And this is Cochran now, with a clearance past the midfield line. Colorado Springs right back into the attacking third, and Stephen McCarthy will head this away from danger. And another throw in here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. It's kind of funny, Kelly. I mean, you know, possession and you'd say scoring chances probably have favored the visitors here in the first 11 minutes of the game, and yet it's San Antonio FC capitalizing off a mistake on the back end, and they've got the 1-0 lead. Ibiega, and he loses it along the far side. Christian Ibiaga, his brother Sebastian, plays for Houston Dynamo, who's actually in that game Wednesday night against San Antonio FC. 6th-year pro. This is a back end for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC that, for the most part, has stayed together all season, with the one exception. Josh Phillips got injured in a game back on May the 27th in the 34th minute, and since has been replaced by J.J. Greer, who's making just his 3rd start of the season, and it was Greer who had the miscue on the turnover that led to the San Antonio FC goal. Jordan Burke, as he tries to elevate, and it's knocked away, and a goal kick coming up for David Agoric, 28 years of age. Is another look at the goal scorer, Araujo. Agoric, we said Josh Ford is 4th amongst goalkeepers in the USL. David Agoric is 3rd. That goal he gave up was just the 8th conceded this season by Colorado Springs. And Gorick actually had to leave the game as Michael Reed makes a nice run. And a good challenge there from Colorado Springs results in a throw. And Gorick had to leave the game back on April 23rd. He got injured in the 21st minute and had to leave the game because of a head injury. It was replaced by Billy Thompson, who came on and got the clean sheet for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC in their 1-0 win. Araujo with Kim pressuring, delivers a nice ball over the top here. Michael Reed. And again, San Antonio FC on the attack. Miguel Salazar to the outside. And this one will be knocked away, and we'll get our first corner kick of the night for San Antonio FC.
Well, we're starting to see this recipe for success from San Antonio. It seems to be Cochran again coming up that line, and San Antonio again getting 4 players into the box.
Victor Araujo will deliver the corner kick tonight, the first of the night for San Antonio FC here in the 14th minute. And it was off this set piece with Araujo delivering that Milton Palacios scored to tie the game in Portland last Saturday. This ball's long and over the head of Biko, Brad Knock-Brennan, who goes back and tracks it. Salazar. And Biko will work it back out top. Stephen McCarthy. McCarthy. This deflects back, and possession once again for San Antonio FC. The throw-in. Kelly, what are you seeing now here at San Antonio FC that seems to be kind of generating a little bit more possession here over these last few minutes?
Well, I think that there's a confidence that they haven't had in a while, and I think honestly it just comes from putting one away.
To the top of the box, and again, here's Reed with a chance. Blocked away. Palacios delivers one to the opposite end of the field, and it's kept alive over there by Carlos Alvarez.
What a touch by Alvarez on that ball as well. Now, I think that San Antonio putting one away gives them a little bit of swagger, a little bit of confidence. They're not feeling so rushed. They're not feeling so pressured. And you see there's more composure out in the field when they have possession in that attacking half. They're not pressing, or they're not forcing things too much. They're taking their time with it. And right now, I really like that we're seeing some of these late runs from Reed in the midfield. Araujo keeps dropping back in. You see Reed making that late man run to replace him.
Michael Reed has had an excellent opening half here, creating the turnover and the scoring chance. Finished off by Araujo for his first professional goal. San Antonio FC with the early 1-0 lead in this game. And now Colorado Springs Switchbacks in a nice run here as Marty Maven. And the flag went up. And a foul here, looks like 2 on the back end. That was Miguel Gonzalez that went down as he got upended there by McCarthy.
Looks like they knocked knees a little bit.
th minute of play, first quarter of this game is in the books. 1-0 San Antonio FC with the lead. As Pico delivers, and Fajiro pushes it forward along Rafa Castillo with a maneuver here as he gets to the outside, splits back inside the box, and good takeaway there by Colorado Springs Switchbacks collapsing. Fajiro to the outside, Fajiro, and the center one again as he was looking into the middle there, and Carlos Alvarez trying to make the run, and a foul here.
You see Castillo just turning on the afterburners. He might not be the tallest guy, but man, is he strong.
Well, Rafa Castillo certainly orchestrates things from his midfield position. He had that outstanding goal from distance from about 25 yards away in the win back here on April the 30th against Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Kim moves it along as Salazar volleys it. Vercoloni will settle it down as he works back with Jordan Burt. Vercoloni. A little bit of space here. Now he'll switch ends as he'll play off to Taesong Kim. A good run here by Suggs to the top of the box. Centering pass, settled down, and Josh Ford. Well, he hesitated for just a second there, but was able to scoop up the ball.
Yep, you see Suggs get in behind the San Antonio defense, and they've got to be wary of that. Very good left foot on Josh Suggs.
Colorado Springs switchbacks here. We'll have the throw in. 19th minute here. San Antonio FC scoring in the 9th minute of the game. Victor Araujo, his first goal as a professional, the former Trinity standout. And now here in the box, Vercoloni, as Vercoloni sends it through wide. Gonzalez to the outside, delivers, and a ball that goes off the crossbar. And again, it's Vercoloni in the middle. Or actually, it wasn't Vercoloni, it was Marty Mabin who came out to get a piece of that one, knocking it off the crossbar.
And it's that good ball to the near post, and Mabin with that early near post run just gets a toe on it to get it past Josh Suggs, but it's one where Suggs is going to want to go and kiss that crossbar.
Some big chances for the big scorers. Vercoloni in the opening minutes here, and Marty Mabin, who was looking for his 6th goal, hits it off the bar. And early chances for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, as certainly they're not intimidated by the 1-0 deficit.
I love that strength by Araujo.
And he wins the battle there between him and Miguel Gonzalez, and wins a free kick for San Antonio FC.
You know, more importantly than anything, though, even if they turn the ball over there, he's allowed his team time to push forward into the attacking half of the field. It's just so important that he can hold that ball up and give his teammates time to push forward.
Another set piece here for San Antonio FC on the free kick is Castillo and Araujo lined up over the ball. Right-footed Araujo, left-footed Rafa Castillo. As Araujo bends it in well deep into the box, and David Legoric gets knocked down, and he's not overly happy there as he turns back around and gives a 2-hand shove to Biko Bradnock Brennan.
Frankly, I think that this is soft. The goalkeeper's got to expect some kind of contact. This is not a sport where you're not going to get hit. You have to know that that's going to come, and if he's worried about it, he's got to get a leg up and protect himself a little. A little fit like that, I think, is the wrong thing. I don't think that Biko did anything wrong. I think that he went up for the ball, and that was that.
And again, interestingly, it was a collision that forced David Legoric from the game back in Colorado Springs when these two teams met on April 23rd with a head injury. So, you know, he's now getting contact here deep, all the way by the end line in his box there, but no harm, no foul, I guess.
Well, you just have to expect that. You know, if it's a malicious challenge from a player, then absolutely call that. But frankly, that was not malicious at all.
McCarthy lost it for a moment, but a great tackle back to knock it away from Gonzalez. And out of the top of the box, this one is settled away and cleared from danger. And now it's Araujo with a little bit of operating room on the left side. Carlos Alvarez making the run. Alvarez bends it and tipped on. And Goric comes up with a save against who else? Michael Reed, who's having an outstanding first half.
Well, that entire chance comes from Araujo holding the ball up again. I mean, I absolutely love what I'm seeing out of him today. The ball comes to him, he holds it up, he brings his teammates into attack.
Waiting for support. They always teach that, of course, is you're better with 4 or 5 guys going through than you are with 2 or 3.
Well, we've seen so many times this year for San Antonio, the ball gets up to the forwards and they're not able to hold that ball up. There's just too much pressure on them, or the service isn't good into them, and it just comes right back down their throats. But tonight is a different story.
Throw in here as Victor Araujo is looking for the foul. Down on the near sideline. McCarthy. Alvarez and now Castillo switches to the far side. And Cochran will reset here. Approaching the 24th minute, San Antonio FC. 1-0 lead on the goal early in this game by Victor Araujo, the first of his pro career. And San Antonio FC, who's had their struggles here at home, particularly in falling behind. They get on the board first here is a great ball delivered in on the far side. Center into the box and knocked away from danger coming back. As Greer got a piece of it.
You can't see it on the screen now, but Cochran making that sneaky little run out wide, right in behind Colorado Springs defense.
Second corner kick of the game here for San Antonio FC. And it's Carlos Alvarez, Victor Araujo preparing for the corner store corner kick. And they'll play short here. And it's sent in wide all the way from the side. But you get the sense tonight, and again, San Antonio FC, I believe, especially after talking with the guys after Wednesday's game in Houston, there's a sense of urgency, without
Certainly.
question. And I think, you know, the U.S. Open Cup, their success in the Open Cup have provided a bit of a distraction for their maybe lackluster USL play, but now with that kind of out of the picture here, the urgency to get back into the race here in USL play seems to be elevated tonight.
Absolutely, and especially knowing that you're going into this long homestand. You want to start that well. And so far they've had a very good start to this game.
Araujo lifts it over the top, but Suggs will get back and dispossess Vajiro of the ball. Now Gonzalez, as Colorado Springs switchbacks will switch opposite ends of the field. Ibiaga. And here's Jordan Burt. Greer will lift this one all the way down and out of the reach of Miguel Gonzalez, and a goal kick coming up. The OC Blues make their first ever visit to Toyota Field on Thursday night. Kick is set for 7:30 p.m. Tickets start at just $10. Visit sanantoniofc.com to purchase your tickets today. The back end of the first half here at Toyota Field is San Antonio FC with a 1-0 lead on the goal by Araujo. Chances, though, for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC coming from early, the captain, Luke Vercoloni, and then followed up by Marty Mabin, who put one off the crossbar on a volley play. And since then, not much really in the attacking third for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, and it's been more of a possession battle in favor of the home side, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the test is going to be, can San Antonio keep up this kind of patient play? Are they going to be able to get all the way through the half? You know, we saw with them on Houston, the first 30 minutes very, very good, and then the last 15 minutes of that half struggled a little bit. You know, gave up soft goal, but that's part of the way that the game goes. And so the real test today is, can they keep up this play? They're playing very, very well right now. Can they keep it up going all the way into halftime?
That goal by Alex that was scored in stoppage time in the first half. Goal scored literally with seconds left on the clock and made it a 2-0 game as the flag goes up and an offside on Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. And that's only the 6th attack for Colorado Springs here in the first half. San Antonio FC with 8 approaches into the attacking third. And again, just a confidence booster, Kelly. Getting that first goal, you know, makes such a difference. San Antonio FC, for one thing, not seeing the ball go into the net's been problematic, but falling behind early in games too. What a difference from a mental capacity, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. And when you're so used to playing from behind, that time that you actually get to go ahead, you feel great.
Palacios And Rafa Castillo. As Colorado Springs will take the turnover and throw in quickly here for Miguel Gonzalez. Nice ball, and the flag went up though, as Suggs couldn't keep onside. Had to hold up his run, but didn't hold up just enough there.
Well, frankly, I'm liking this partnership between McCarthy and Bradnock Brennan right now. And even though they haven't played too many games together, they seem to be on the same page, especially on a play like that where, you know, that's a dangerous run going through. You got 4 guys that all need to be on the same page and all need to make that step up at the exact same time. And we've seen it now 2 or 3 times where they've been able to get to catch Switchback FC off sides.
Stephen McCarthy did not play in the last 2 games. He had started, though, the previous 10. And again, kind of the big news on the back end tonight was Sam McBride, who had played in all 990 minutes, the only player on this roster to do so, did not get the start tonight for the first time this year.
Yeah, you know, I think that that's a great problem for the coach to have, is that he's got 3 fantastic center backs, and it makes it nice because, like you said, Sam he's played every single minute. He needs a break, and to have somebody like Bradnock Brennan that can come in and fill that hole and give him that little bit of a break that's so needed, it makes it great. So you have this little trio of center backs that can just rotate on through, and you make sure that everybody's fresh all the time.
First-year player, too, of course, Sam McBride, so I think that extends upon the point as well. Kind of does have that comfort level, though, with Darren Powell. Darren coached him at Elon University for a couple of years, and, you know, when I talked to Sam, they go back a long ways to when Sam was a young teenager starting out his soccer career. And another nice run here by Suggs as he'll get to the ball, volleys it off his face, and then tackled and challenged out by Palacios. And here's a deep throw-in, though, for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC late in the 30th minute. And another one coming up. Or did Vercoloni get a piece of it? Looked like Vercoloni got a piece of it there. Again, the supporters, they have come out in full force tonight here at Toyota Field. It's been since May 25th that San Antonio FC's been at home, but they'll be at home quite a bit here. 5 out of their next 6 games at Toyota Field, and be the most crucial part of the schedule, as the poor challenge brings Araujo down and a free kick in the midfield for San Antonio FC.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a broken record just saying that Araujo, he does it again, holding up the play.
Well, we've said it's Araujo, it's Michael Reed,
yeah,
Carlos Alvarez, Rafa Castillo. The players in the midfield and up front tonight have been more aggressive for San Antonio FC, at least in the first half, than we've seen in previous games.
Well, for me, it really all starts with Araujo, because you have such a talented midfield that you want to get them into the attacking half of the field, and without even being able to hold that ball up, it just makes it so hard for you to maintain any kind of possession. But Araujo has been a different class today.
Burt with the pressure will take it away from Alvarez as he lofts it over the top there on the far side. Nice job though. Carlos Alvarez wins a great ball there as San Antonio FC will reclaim possession here. Stephen McCarthy right at the center midfield.
Good ball.
Palacios settles. Fajiro about 25 feet away. It's through the challenge there of Gonzalez. Palacios as he delivers one well deep, and it did go over the line and out behind David Lagoric. It'll be a goal kick for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Kelly is a defender. You've talked about what Greg Cochran has done tonight. How about here on the right side? Milton Palacios has kind of had that same approach as well, pushing forward into the attacking third of the field.
Well, yeah, they're both very similar in that sense, and Darren Powell really likes to play with those outside wing backs. You see Palacios and Cochran, they've gotten more crosses off than even the midfielders have. And that's such an exciting player to be able to have on your team, just to get one, but they've got 2. I mean, it makes it just such a danger for San Antonio when they can get them into the attacking half of the field.
San Antonio FC will win a throw-in, 33rd minute here. Continuing to lead it 1-0. And over the last, I'd say 5 minutes or so, the game has settled a bit and played more in the midfield. which San Antonio FC, up one, will certainly be content playing with the rest of this night if they can keep Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC out of their attacking third. But I get the sense that as this game progresses, that probably will not be the case.
Well, you know, it's going to come down to how each team manages the game.
Michael Reed will win a free kick. And a pretty dangerous spot, Kelly, here from about 26, 27 yards away.
Yeah, Reed does well. You see just stepping right in front to get on the end of that ball, drawing the foul. And this is a very dangerous spot to be able to whip the ball right into the box.
Tae-Song Kim committing the infraction there.
I mean, if it's me out there, I'd like to see a right footer kind of bending that ball towards the far post and some dangerous diagonal runs right in front of the goalkeeper.
Well, that would be Araujo, the right-footed midfielder, and you've got Castillo, the left-footed again here as well over the ball. Araujo bends it in. McCarthy! Kept out McCarthy again! It's in! San Antonio FC strikes again! And they lead it 2-0 here late in the first half.
And just look at that composure from McCarthy on that play. He starts in an offside position and the whole entire line drops so that he's onside. Wide open at that far post. You got to give credit. Huge save. But you see on that second follow-up, just so composed from McCarthy. Doesn't try and kill the ball, just tries to put it on target and gets it over the line.
2-0 San Antonio FC. Stephen McCarthy scoring his first goal of the season, the former New England Revolution defender. And
looks like he hurt himself.
Maybe too much celebration.
Hurt himself on the challenge.
But Kelly, you mentioned it. I love the point that you made here. A right-footed set piece set up by Araujo, exactly what you wanted over the top. And again, great recognition by McCarthy to stay onside on that play to deliver the goal.
Well, that's just smarts on his side. He knows that line for Colorado is going to have to drop and keep him onside, and he doesn't try and play it too tight. He just stays where he's at, and they drop, they keep him onside, and he's able to sneak into that far post. That's why I like that right-footed ball, because even if he doesn't touch that, if that ball's on target, if he just makes that run, the goalkeeper doesn't have a choice. The goalkeeper has to react to it. And so what you see a lot of times is he makes that diagonal run, the goalkeeper reacts to that run, and the ball floats into that back post.
Second time in as many weeks that Victor Araujo has executed a set piece, and I think, if you talk to Darren Powell, if you talk to the players earlier in the season, they weren't executing on those set pieces. Whether it was a corner kick, as Araujo shaking up a little bit there. You see Miguel Salazar a little over aggressive there with Stephen McCarthy.
Yeah, that's how he picked up maybe a little bit of a knock on his nose. It's all right. Something tells me that it doesn't hurt.
How about Victor Araujo? He's factored in the last 3 goals for San Antonio FC, the one last week in Portland, and the 2 here tonight, scoring the first goal, delivering the ball in the second one to Stephen McCarthy.
Well, he's just been an absolute handful for Colorado Springs. They really don't know what to do.
And a foul will deliver a free kick to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. And they're in unfamiliar territory here, unbeaten in 6 consecutive USL matches. Well, tonight it has been steamy, it has been hot, it has been humid. Temperature right now started at 90 degrees. It's dropped to a much cooler 88 degrees.
Yeah.
But with the humidity and the heat index, it feels like it's 96. Hasn't stopped the supporters. And the goals certainly have helped that, Kelly. But from a player standpoint, it gets awfully difficult as the game progresses, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you haven't prepared well beforehand. And what I mean by that is you have to be hydrated. And when I played for the Dynamo, I would lose about 8 to 10 pounds each game just in water weight.
Whew. Great strike there.
Heat.
Coming from the backside by Ibiaga, but he sent it over the net.
Certainly gets some muscle behind that ball. Not able to keep it on target, though. Yeah, so for a team like Colorado Springs coming in, playing in this kind of humidity, you hope that they've done their research. They know that you have to be extra hydrated for a game like this, because come the 70th minute or so, if you haven't been, you're just going to absolutely drop to the ground.
Ibiaga will go back and get this after just missing moments ago. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. They had played 5 straight USL games without conceding a goal, Kelly, and they've now given up 2 here in the first half tonight. Have to be a bit stunned, especially with the way that, you know, they played this season, with the way their goalkeeper, David Legoric, has played this year. Their response almost will be as interesting as what San Antonio FC does in the second half.
No, absolutely.
Castillo, as he's got Cochran swinging up the far side. He had plenty of space, but just couldn't deliver him the ball.
Yeah, so for Colorado, they're not used to playing from behind. They're not used to having to catch up to get something out of it. So it'll be interesting to watch to see if they panic a little bit and if they start just trying to lump the ball forward and get away from their style that has made them so successful this season.
Vercoloni. Into the outside, Ibiaga. He's got a little bit of room here in the 40th minute. Jordan Burt up into the attacking third. And a turnover as San Antonio FC will take over possession. Castillo feeling the pressure, and a nice play back to Biko. And now Salazar's got a little bit of space here. He's up again here. Carlos Alvarez looking in the direction of Araujo. Araujo, nice play there, stays with it down on the field, and just couldn't get up in time here before he lost possession of the ball.
Taste of Brazilian flair right there.
But you love the hustle from Araujo in a tough position there down near the end line. Great play staying with the ball.
Absolutely, absolutely. So many times you see players that just give up on that ball. And he almost made something spectacular happen from it.
This is headed forward by Palacios before Biko will play it back to Josh Ford, who really, since the attempt by Marty Maben that went off the bar, Josh hasn't seen a lot of work here.
Yeah.
In the back end of the first half, that is.
I think the back four for San Antonio has been very, very good tonight, and they really haven't given up many chances at all.
Fajiro gets thrown down by Miguel Gonzalez, and we'll see if it was significant enough to draw a card from Michael Laverne, our referee tonight. And it does not appear it is.
Oh, just a good little stutter step from Fajiro.
He has that great first step, and you know, he has some impressive speed in the front end for San Antonio FC that I think the team was missing while he was injured. Fajiro scored in week 1 in Seattle. And we mentioned he got hurt, suffered a lower body injury in Colorado Springs back on April 23rd, has not played since. He was available last week in Portland and did not enter the game, but he's bringing a new dimension up front. As Castillo bends this one in, volleyed down, but right to David Legoric.
Set pieces have definitely gone in San Antonio's favor today.
They've looked good, haven't they?
They have.
And I think that's what's maybe interesting if you're Colorado Springs and Steve Tritchu, is the fact that they've found the open spaces there in the box, where I don't think that's been the case for their back four this year.
Yeah, I think that the service has been very, very good from both Castillo and Araujo, and all the set pieces so far for San Antonio. And you know, maybe Colorado's just not used to seeing that kind of quality on a set piece.
Fajiro was trying to go over the top to Michael Reed. Canceled out here as Colorado Springs will send it forward and off the head of Milton Palacios. And here's the throw-in for Colorado Springs, which wants to move quickly in the 43rd minute. 2-0 San Antonio FC with the lead on goals by Victor Araujo, Stephen McCarthy.
Good touch from Reed.
Better tackle there from Gonzalez. And here's Vercoloni, but didn't get all of it, and he's upset with himself. Luke Vercoloni, who was selected in the MLS Super Draft all the way back in 2004 by the Columbus Crew. He's bounced around USL, North American Soccer League. He was, again, the first player ever signed by this Switchbacks club. A guy with a lot of experience now in his 13th year. Alvarez, nice run, good ball. Michael Reed leaves it. Araujo as it's blocked down, and J.J. Greer, who had the turnover that led to the first San Antonio FC goal, makes a nice play here to block what was potentially another goal for Victor Araujo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Rafa Castillo. San Antonio FC here in the closing minutes of the opening half.
This is where you just want to make sure you don't take any chances. Don't do anything risky with the ball. If you're in trouble, just get it out of danger. Find the corners.
Alvarez trying to spring Fajiro. And taken away. San Antonio FC, a 2-0 lead. They have not had a 2-goal lead here, as onside was Gonzalez. What a great tackle there by Stephen McCarthy. He turns and he looks back at the assistant. He thought that Miguel Gonzalez was offside going ahead, but still a great tackle there by McCarthy to prevent a scoring opportunity.
Oh, incredibly heads-up play from McCarthy, but those are those little things that I'm talking about. Like, that runner should never go through alone. I don't know where he ended up coming from, but my guess is he came from Bradnock Brennan, and he just let him run. And that kind of little miscommunication, you go into halftime 2-1, that's a dangerous lead. You go in 2-0, you're feeling pretty good, but that 2-1, and it always comes down to those last 5 minutes or so of the half.
You see 1 minute of stoppage time added on. It's been a pretty clean half so far. As this one, like, was touched upstairs there by Michael Reed, who's had a big first half for San Antonio FC, along with Victor Araujo. San Antonio FC's urgency, their desperation, and just their overall execution in the attacking third has been all the ingredients for this 2-0 lead so far.
And this is good from San Antonio. Little gamesmanship here.
No
Taking
hurry.
your time. Take your time. Let those seconds tick off the clock.
And Mike Laverne is already looking at his watch here. And he'll point to the center midfield stripe. And San Antonio FC, thanks to Victor Araujo and Stephen McCarthy, will go to halftime with a 2-0 lead over Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Coming up, San Antonio FC supporters were in Houston on Wednesday. We'll see how their trip fared when we return here on Fox Sports Southwest.
What's up with the boat?
Trainers want us to eat more seafood, so we got us a fishing boat.
And now we're working on the name. I like Manu Ray.
Or Timtanic.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Why not? Got it. The Sharkus.
How about the HEB oven-ready seafood meals that you can enjoy in minutes without the hassle of fishing?
Seems too long for a boat name.
HEB's new oven-ready seafood meals, all ready in minutes.
When do you have time to make signs?
The one Camry. It's still here.
Sir, this is the Camry 1 event. There are lots of Camrys.
I can't believe you haven't sold it.
Yes, but if you just turn your head ever so slightly.
Wow. JBL audio. Push button start. It's amazing.
Turn around.
I got the one. Excuse me.
Turn around.
The Camry 1 event. Get amazing deals on the #1 selling car in America. Right now, get $2,000 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2016 Camry LE for only $199 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up with the boat?
Trainers want us to eat more seafood, so we got us a fishing boat.
And now we're working on the name. I like Monterey.
Or Titanic.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Why not? Got it. The Sharkus.
How about the HEB oven-ready seafood meals that you can enjoy in minutes without the hassle of fishing?
Seems too long for a boat name.
HEB's new oven-ready seafood meals, all ready in minutes.
When do you have time to make signs?
What's up with the boat?
Trainers want us to eat more seafood, so we got us a fishing boat.
And now we're working on the name. I like Monterey.
Or Titanic.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Why not? Got it. The Sharkus.
How about the HEB oven-ready seafood meals that you can enjoy in minutes without the hassle of fishing?
Seems too long for a boat name.
HEB's new oven-ready seafood meals, all ready in minutes.
When do you have time to make signs?
San Antonio FC fans traveled to Houston on Wednesday to support their team in the 4th round of the Open Cup, where they faced the Houston Dynamo of the MLS.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to get the whole San Antonio community together and show support for our club over in another city. I think it's pretty cool. I didn't get to take a nap, even though I needed a nap, but they kept it fun.
So this is fun. I'm glad we got to come out to BBA Stadium. We're not gonna be quiet. We're gonna keep being loud for our club. That's what we do. This is what we're here for.
I mean, they were louder than the home side, and they've been nothing short of fantastic, especially driving the hours to get here, and they were enthusiastic, and I know they picked us up at times.
We know that we have guys or fans that will be there for us through thick and thin, and those are the ones that we want to keep playing for.
It was amazing to hear that 3 buses came, and then to see them singing even at the end of the game after we lost. They were still singing, and they've had our back since day one, and to know that they still have our backs through thick and thin, I mean, it means a ton to us, and we're going to repay them.
When it needs to be ultra exciting, high flying, non-stop action, San Antonio FC Soccer's got you covered. When it needs to be high performing, hard working, high tech, super safe, built for comfort, and surprisingly affordable, Holt Cat has got you covered. With best-in-class cat heavy equipment, engines, generators, and more, plus legendary service and support, and the largest parts inventory and distribution network in Texas. Kick it into high gear with Holt Cat.
It's really quite simple. To see results, do the work. Focus on the goals. Push it to the limit hour after hour. That's how you rise to the next level. You can be a professional athlete or an insurance or financial profession, perfecting your shot or protecting your client's future. The rules are the same. It takes passion and dedication every single day. So when it's time, you will be ready.
Welcome to Corner Store. How can we help?
Well, I'm thirsty.
We have juice, teas, and over 100 ways to create your drink with our Coca-Cola Freestyle.
Wow, That's a lot of drinks.
Need a boost? We've got fresh coffee and great deals on energy drinks.
That's cool. And hot.
Ready to relax? Check out our craft beer and wine selection.
Classy.
How else can we help?
I'll just take these. Thanks.
Don't forget the milk. Just $2.39 a gallon at Corner Store. Always fresh, guaranteed. We're fresh and friendly. We're Corner Store.
Celebrate the season right with Stars Basketball and Family Fun Day. Every Saturday and Sunday home game presented by News 4 and Fox 29. Ticket and food packages start at just $13. Head over to sastars.com for more info. Season presented by Krista Santa Rosa Health System and HEB.
Halftime 2-0 San Antonio FC with the lead here at Toyota Field. Following last week's tragic event at an Orlando nightclub, the United Soccer League is contributing to the One Orlando Fund and is asking for your support as well. One Orlando was created to provide funds and assistance within the Orlando community, including care for the victims and families affected by last weekend's heartbreaking incident. Please visit oneorlando.org for more information. Again, that is oneorlando.org, and we thank you for your support. When we return to Toyota Field, Kelly Gray rejoins me. First half stats and more. 2-0 San Antonio FC with the lead here on Fox Sports Southwest.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's third largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building homes for Habitat for Humanity. To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
What's up with the boat?
Trainers want us to eat more seafood, so we got us a fishing boat.
And now we're working on the name. I like Monterey.
Or Titanic.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Why not? Got it. The Sharkus.
How about the HEB oven-ready seafood meals that you can enjoy in minutes without the hassle of fishing?
Seems too long for a boat name.
HEB's new oven-ready seafood meals, all ready in minutes.
When do you have time to make signs?
The one Camry. It's still here.
Sir, this is the Camry One event. There are lots of Camrys.
I can't believe you haven't sold it.
Yes, but if you just turn your head ever so slightly.
Wow. JBL audio. Push button start. It's amazing.
Turn around.
I got the one. Excuse me.
Turn around.
The Camry One event. Get amazing deals on the #1 selling car in America. Right now, get $2,000 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2016 Camry LE for only $199 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
We welcome you back to Toyota Field. It has been an impressive first half for San Antonio FC. They lead Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC 2-0. Thanks so much for staying with us here tonight on Fox Sports Southwest, along with Kelly Gray. I'm Dan Weiss. Kelly, Darren Powell changed up his starting 11 tonight and, put some interesting combinations up front. And boy, have they paid off for this game here this evening.
Yeah, honestly, to me, it looks like a different team than we've seen this season. And for me, it's Victor Araujo. He is different class. We said earlier in the game we needed to see them hold the ball up and attack and bring the rest of the team into that attack. he's done just that, and he's done it time over time over time. The Colorado defense has no idea what to do with him. They can't handle him at the moment, so I'm excited to see what the second half brings.
Let's take a look at our first half highlights, and believe it or not, it started with a great save by the goalkeeper, Josh Ford.
Yeah, Josh Ford coming up huge on a set piece. That's exactly what you want from your goalkeeper early on in the game. And Reed with a good ball through. Araujo just picks out that corner. Beautiful, composed finish from him to give San Antonio that 1-0 lead. And another beautiful ball in from Araujo. And it's McCarthy on that back post. And I like that right there, that calm finish. So many times you see players just try and murder that ball and put it over the bar. But he's composed about it. He puts it right on target and right over the line.
You made a great point in the first half. The set pieces for San Antonio FC have been executed marvelously in this game, and Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC doesn't seem to have an answer for them right now.
Yeah, you know, they really don't know what has hit them, and I think that they came into this game thinking that it was going to be a bit easier than they found it, and San Antonio has been tough. They've been tough all over the field. Their midfield's fantastic. They've been holding the ball up front, and that back four in defense is very, very stingy today.
Let's take a look at our first half stats, and not surprisingly, with San Antonio FC up 2-0, most of the stats are favoring the home side.
Yeah, you see shots 8 for San Antonio and only 7 for Colorado, which seems a little bit closer than what the game actually felt like watching it in that first half.
And again, you know, the corner kicks haven't been as impactful in this game as we've seen as some other games, but for San Antonio FC, it's been, I guess, kind of those set pieces off the free kicks where they have really cashed in this game tonight. I guess the question now is, and we talked a little bit about it in the first half, Kelly, I'm almost as curious to the reaction of Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC in the second half in unfamiliar territory as I am to see how San Antonio FC continues to play tonight's game.
Yeah, Switchbacks are not used to being down. They're not used to having to chase a game, and so I'm interested to see how are they going to keep their composure into the second half. And for San Antonio, they're not used to being up by 2 goals. And can they put together that full 90-minute performance that Darren Powell has been looking for this whole season?
We'll see what happens. Second 45 minutes coming up here momentarily from Toyota Field. San Antonio FC with a 2-0 lead here tonight on Fox Sports Southwest.
When it needs to be ultra exciting, high flying, non-stop action, San Antonio FC Soccer's got you covered. When it needs to be high performing, hard working, high tech, super safe, built for comfort, and surprisingly affordable, Holt Cat has got you covered. With best-in-class cat heavy equipment, engines, generators, and more, plus legendary service and support, and the largest parts inventory and distribution network in Texas. Kick it into high gear with Holt Cat.
Any question before we make jalapeno poppers?
Why is the Marcus dressed like that?
Jalapenos are spicy, man. Gotta protect.
Why do they take so long to make?
Paris was not built in a day.
That was wrong.
Whatever.
Can I use my own knife?
No.
My oven mitt's too small.
That's not a question.
Why don't we just buy H-E-B jalapeno poppers? They're made by hand with cream cheese and thick sliced original bacon.
That sign doesn't say cooking with Timmy.
H-E-B jalapeno poppers. We make them so you don't have to.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's 3rd largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building homes for Habitat for Humanity. To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks so much for staying with us here on Fox Sports Southwest. San Antonio FC, Kelly, before tonight, they had only scored 5 times in the first half. Twice here, they get goals in the first half. And we talked about when you score first, it usually leads to good things. And San Antonio FC, with a record of 2 wins, no losses, 1 draw in the 3 games in which they've scored first coming into tonight. So, you know, all the numbers in favor of San Antonio FC, but don't tell that to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, who's been one of the best in USL play so far early in the season.
Well, you know that Colorado Springs is going to bring something this second half. We're going to see a couple of changes for them, and you know that they're going to push forward. They have to chase this game a little bit. Now, what's dangerous for them is as they're chasing that game, they're going to leave even more space open in their back line. And can San Antonio exploit those spaces and perhaps put another one in the back of the net?
And it looks like they're going to make maybe a couple of substitutions here right off the hop, as you've got Davey Armstrong and Saeed Robinson that are getting loose here and expecting to go into the game here. And that's exactly what will happen, as Jordan Burt is going to come out, and he'll be replaced by the midfielder Davey Armstrong. And Saeed Robinson, who has 3 goals on the season, he will come on, and he'll take the spot tonight of Marty Mabin, which is a little bit of a surprise when you consider that Marty Mabin is the team's leading scorer with 5 goals.
Well, it looks almost like Colorado Springs changed their formation up a bit as well.
As our second half is underway, well, they take out Jordan Burt, a defender, and put in a midfielder in Davey Armstrong, and I guess that makes sense. You're down 2 goals here. You're looking for offense here in the second half. And again, the Marty Mabin substitution, though, is certainly a little bit surprising, but Steve Tritchu obviously feeling that maybe his leading scorer is not having his best performance here tonight.
And really, they have not been able to break down that back 4 of San Antonio at all, and so I think that's why we've seen them put in a second forward to try and create some problems for that center back tandem.
If you're just joining us, Victor Araujo getting his first goal of the season in the 8th minute of the first half, and then Stephen McCarthy scoring in the 35th minute, his first goal of the season as well. 2-0 San Antonio FC with the lead as we begin play here in the second half tonight at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC looking for their first win as well as their first home win since April the 30th when they defeated Tulsa Roughnecks FC 3-1, their first win in USL play. We should be a little more specific. They had wins against the Des Moines Menace in the U.S. Open Cup before the loss on Wednesday night in Houston in the 4th round. As we'll get a throw in here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Davey Armstrong sending it ahead, and there's Saeed Robinson, the native of Jamaica, trying to get involved early as Vercoloni's pass was blocked out of bounds. Pressure by Cochran on Vercoloni, who just delivers the ball right into the welcoming arms of Josh Ford inside the 6-yard box. The OC Blues make their first ever visit to Toyota Field on Thursday night. Kick set for 7:30 p.m. Tickets start at just $10. Visit SanAntonioFC.com, and a chance driving by who else? Michael Reed, as he sent it over the bar and got a little bit of space there once again. And again, when you substitute a defender for a midfielder, that pressure comes on those guys in the middle as well to come back and help out defensively, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, and Reed has done very well today, kind of exploiting that third man run and getting in that space. But again, Araujo holding up that ball, just lays it off with his second touch, right to Reed making that through run.
Just to finish again, OC Blues here on Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Tickets start at just $10. Go to SanAntonioFC.com to purchase those tickets. And this is all part, and Kelly's talked a lot about it here tonight, maybe the biggest stretch of the season for San Antonio FC. 5 home games out of their next 6. As we go into the real grind of the season, the month of July, which, Kelly, having played in Houston, you know the month of July is certainly a grind in the state of Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Araujo trying to keep that ball alive. He gets pushed from behind, and no foul called as Araujo come back and join the play.
Well, you just see that Araujo is frustrating that back line of Colorado Springs.
Vercoloni can't get to the ball. A good challenge by Biko to knock it out of bounds, and Araujo's making amends here with Christian Ibiaga, who got him from behind, and how that was let go without any whistle was certainly surprising.
Yes.
Into the box here and turning, and oh, we are going to get a penalty.
Wow.
As Miguel Gonzalez is brought down in the box, and Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC will be awarded a penalty kick here and an opportunity to get on the board. And literally seconds after Araujo was knocked down almost by the exact same shove that was let go, a penalty kick awarded to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
I mean, that seems like a very, very soft penalty, if you ask me. Like you just said, Araujo just took a foul that was much, much more blatant than what we just saw. and the referee let it go. And then he calls a penalty kick here. This is not the start that San Antonio wants to this second half.
Vercoloni is going to take the penalty kick here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks early in the second half with a chance to get the visitors on the board and make this a much more interesting match. The foul was on Palacios. Vercoloni to the ball. Vercoloni, he scores. And it's a 2-1 game here in the 50th minute of the second half.
Well, a very well executed penalty kick by Luke Vercoloni.
Vercoloni
just opens up those hips, puts it high in the top corner. Absolutely nothing the goalkeeper could have done about that. But I think you have to go back to the initial foul for that. Just seemed extremely soft to me.
And again, here was the foul that was not called against Christian Ibiaga as he shoulders down Victor Araujo in the attacking third of the field. And here's the foul by Milton Palacios that drew the penalty kick that was converted on by Vercoloni.
Yeah, extremely soft.
Almost look identical. The exception, one was a shoulder, one was a shove, but both players ended up on the ground. That is the first penalty kick and penalty kick goal either scored for or scored against in San Antonio FC history. And it comes in the 13th game of the season. And it is a big goal for Vercoloni, the captain, scoring his second of the season to make it a 2-1 game in the 50th minute, and an entirely new match here. And once again, inside the 6-yard box, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, but unable to settle the ball. Carlos Alvarez loses possession. Saeed Robinson will swing it back out.
Switchbacks FC has had a different energy this second half than they did in the first half.
Ibiaga stepping up to the outside. And now turning back in, trying to serve it in Mike Seth, and knocked down by Rafa Castillo. And then Seth is deposited into his own bench by Victor Araujo, and that draws a response from Seth. And Mike Laverne stepping in between players here, and Rafa Castillo is really heated with Mike Laverne, the referee.
Well, the referee didn't even call that a foul either. An aggressive play by Araujo. Absolutely a foul if you ask me. The referee doesn't call it a foul. And that's a question mark for me.
And I think the frustration for Castillo, the response by Seth coming back up.
Yep.
Even if there is no foul cause, this one's into the box, and a chance, and Josh Ford extending to block it away.
But that's that dangerous ball that I talked about earlier for San Antonio. It's floating to that back post. Ford has to pay attention to the runners making the runs, and it just bounces toward that back post, and at the last second, he has to make a reaction to pull out a save.
And apparently he was able to knock it off a Switchbacks attacker, because it'll be a goal kick for San Antonio FC.
I think the referee called offside.
Ah, okay.
Which is fortunate for San Antonio.
Now San Antonio FC here on the counter as Fajiro trying to make a run. And he goes into the 6-yard box and goes down. And a goal kick to be awarded to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Now this game, though, has taken on a physical tone here early in the second half. And that penalty kick goal by Vercoloni making it a 1-goal game here with a lot of time left.
Well, like I said, Switchbacks FC came out the second half with a different energy, something we did not see in the first half of play at all. So it's a question mark as to how San Antonio is going to deal with that. We know that they're not used to playing with a 2-goal lead like that. And those first few minutes of the half are so crucial. So at this point, Switchbacks have had the start that they wanted this second half. The question is, what can San Antonio do to counteract that?
Araujo again settling on that ball, waiting for support as he's done throughout the night. Pressured as he works back to the inside, tried to feed it into the midfield, and Tae-Song Kim was there to intercept, and now Colorado Springs with numbers, and a long ball to the outside, and well played over there coming back. It's Stephen McCarthy able to get a piece of it and keep Colorado Springs to the outside. Get into the game through the USL social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. David Legoric, who had only given up 7 goals in his first 11 starts this season, gave up 2 in the opening half. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, which is unbeaten in 6 straight USL matches. San Antonio FC, which does not have a win in 6 straight USL matches, and yet here we are, 2-1, San Antonio FC with a lead, 56th minute of play. As Ford will send this one all the way ahead. Ibiaga settles off his head and works back to Gord. What does San Antonio FC, Kelly, need to do to kind of change the complexion of this game here a little bit and regain the possession that they had back in the first half?
Well, I think they just need to get back to what they know that they're good at, which is maintaining possession in the midfield. They haven't really been able to maintain any kind of possession, and honestly, it's because I think that Switchbacks have done a really good job pressuring them in that midfield.
Mike Laverne has not been really overly enthused to use the whistle tonight as Castillo got thrown down, but he said play on. And now Colorado Springs Switchbacks on the counter, and a great ball over the top side. Robinson outside the box to the inside. Robinson, and he sent it over the net and wide.
Well, that's what Robinson brings to the field. A little bit of a broken play. It looks like San Antonio's got it, but Robinson just sticks with it, but not able to keep that ball on target.
Saeed Robinson, 9th game. He's primarily a substitute, has scored 3 times this year. Colorado Springs Switchbacks scoring on a penalty kick in the 50th minute to open the second half. First one ever attempted or scored against San Antonio FC. They have not had a penalty kick attempt either this season. Looks like Luke Vercoloni got a yellow card, and I'm not overly sure where in the sequence of play that would have occurred, Kelly.
Snuck that one by us.
Meanwhile, Mike Seth was fouled over on the far side of the field as he gets back up. It's interesting for San Antonio FC because, you know, they've had those physical games against RGV Toros FC. As you see the yellow card again on Vercoloni. But this is, you know, the first time that they're not seeing an RGV, an OKC Energy team, but, you know, that physical play, that intensity has redeveloped here. It's that bump that Vercoloni hit on Rafa Castillo, but that wasn't called a foul, Kelly. They let him play on.
Yeah, you see the ref plays on, but he can always bring it back and give him a yellow card later on for that play.
Right when I said that, the referee Laverne didn't seem so enthused to be using his whistle here in the second half. Foul against, looks like San Antonio here.
Not sure how that's a foul against San Antonio, but it is what it is. And I'll say I'm very happy that I don't have to be that guy in the yellow shirt making all the decisions.
And Araujo is down on the field here. Looks like he hooks arms up there with Ibiaga. And Victor Araujo, who's had without question, his best game in a San Antonio FC uniform right now, down on the pitch here. Araujo has been involved in the last 3 San Antonio FC goals. Again, he delivered the corner, setting up Milton Palacios for the equalizing goal in the 87th minute last Saturday night in Portland. Tonight, along with Michael Reed taking advantage of a turnover by J.J. Greer to deliver San Antonio FC the opening goal, and then the set piece that opened up Stephen McCarthy for the second goal. And this is even worse news here for Araujo, as the stretcher coming on the field right now as well.
Well, you worry about a knee injury, and you just see he looks like he's writhing in pain, and you just hope that he didn't do something to his knee.
Araujo and Ibiaga kind of lock arms here. Ooh, and looking, you can see maybe his left knee and kind of buckled a little bit.
It buckled a bit, and you see him grab it instantly. And what worries me is there isn't any contact with that left knee, right there. And watch his hand goes right down to it. And that really concerns me.
Again, if you missed the news, yesterday it was announced that Sean Chin, one of the strikers for San Antonio FC, had a fracture to the right tibial plateau here. That's in his leg against Houston. He would miss the remainder of the season. As we're going to get substitution, Jason Johnson's going to come on for Rafa Castillo here. Well, actually, no, he's going to come on for Giro. At least that was what was pointed by the referee. And Rafa's over there on the outside. But with no Victor Araujo right now out on the field, San Antonio FC is, for the time being, playing with 10 men here.
Yep.
And loosening up, though, and getting ready to make his San Antonio FC debut is Frank Taillou, who was the MVP of Major Arena Soccer. That's indoor soccer this year. He scored 47 times in 20 games, and he appears he's going to be the substitute here for Araujo, as Josh Ford parries this one out of harm's way, back to the outside. And again, Ford skies and volleys that ball down.
And that's well done by Josh Ford. That's what you want from your goalkeeper. That confidence and that strength to come out, get a fist on that ball, get it out of danger. And he ends up having to do it 3 times. The referee saw a foul there and brings it back for San Antonio.
So Frank Taillou, who was just signed this week, a striker that San Antonio FC sorely in need of here, is going to get the call.
And if I'm that back line for Switchbacks FC, I am not happy right now. Because now I've got to go against Frank the Tank.
As he's already been so fondly called here by the San Antonio FC teammates. Frank Taillou. He was originally from Cameroon. Along with his family, moved to Las Vegas as a youngster. They were just looking, him and his brother, to find a soccer league or pickup game to play in, and he was able to, get himself, some games in Las Vegas, and then goes to school here in West Virginia. And here comes San Antonio FC now on the attack as centering pass to Taillou, who gets his first attempt in his first minute in. That's brought in by David Lagoric.
And you got to love that for a start for Taillou. First touch on the ball ends up being a shot on goal. But not only that, the run that he made to get on the end of this was what I like. Completely wrong-footed the defense. You see he ended up having about 5 yards of space around him in the box, which is hard to come by.
Now Carlos Alvarez inside the box, curls one to the back post, and he gave it a go. He didn't miss by much.
No. What a good start from Taillou. Araujo did so well holding that ball up this entire game, and you see another glimpse of that from Taillou. Gets himself and his body in that position, holds the ball up with his second touch, lays it off to his teammate.
And besides Sean Chin, Manolo Sanchez is also out with a lower body injury. His timetable a little more uncertain right now. He got injured playing with his native Puerto Rico in international competition. So with no Manolo, with no Sean Chin, and maybe going forward, no Victor Araujo, that's, for a team that has struggled to score goals, certainly not a blueprint for success for San Antonio FC.
Yeah.
65th minute here, 2-1 San Antonio FC with a lead, and a throw-in on the far side of the field. As Taiyu looks to establish position inside the box, but it's knocked away all the way back upfield. Vercoloni skies to head that one ahead before it's volleyed back by Biko. Pushed along by Mike Seth, and it'll be a throw in for San Antonio FC. Cochran able to keep it alive here as San Antonio FC finds some space in the midfield. Michael Reed will switch sides of the field as he gets it over to Palacios.
This is better from San Antonio. This is more of what we saw in the first half. Able to connect some passes, spring the ball out wide.
Robinson, Seth, and filling the middle here, Vercoloni. The ball never came through to him. Taesong Kim just kind of gone back to that defensive role in the midfield again. Jordan Burke came out to start the second half for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, and they went with the man who has the ball, Davey Armstrong. As Seth finds a little bit of an opening, and a good ball into the box. Palacios, as he goes down, picked back up, and here's Robinson's attempt blocked away.
With this ball moving back, I'd love to see that back line of San Antonio take another 10 yards. You can't see it on screen right now, but they're slow to get out, slow to clear their own 18.
Ronnie Argueta was the one in deep, kind of made it all happen. Seth will return it back to Ibiaga. Gonzalez. Vercoloni. Armstrong serves it to the top of the box and knocked away there. Here's a go there, and the attempt by Argueta was blocked away. But as you'd expect, Kelly, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, they've been the aggressor. They've been pushing forward here the entirety of the second half.
Well, they don't have 7 wins this year for no reason. They know what they need to do to get a result.
Argueta to the outside, J.J. Greer with some room as he puts it to the top of the box, headed along by Robinson. Coming back, San Antonio FC able to knock it upfield. Saved along the far side. With a go there and wide as Ronnie Argueta was looking to that back post there, but a little more compaction there in the banks of 4 there for San Antonio FC. Kind of kept them at about 30 yards there and really didn't let them get into the box that time.
Yeah, when they stay compact like that, it's very hard to break them down. There aren't those seams that they can play those through balls to. The few times that they've been spread, we've seen those through balls come from Switchbacks FC, and it's created some problems for San Antonio's back line.
Approaching the 70th minute, San Antonio FC continuing to lead this game 2-1, both their goals in the first half. A foul committed in the midfield by Rafa Castillo. Victor Araujo scoring in the 8th minute, but he has left this game with an apparent lower body injury. Stephen McCarthy's goal in the 35th minute made it 2-0 on his own putback, and then Luke Vercoloni with the first penalty kick goal ever surrendered by San Antonio FC in the 50th minute with a lone goal tonight for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. And here's the aforementioned Vercoloni, but well defended. As Pico will knock it aside, but it will be a corner kick here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks, their second of the night. Suggs will come over to take it. Suggs was very engaged in the opening half, the offensive end of the field, and the first time we're mentioning his name here in the second half. Good service in, and Josh Ford skies high to snatch that one out of midair.
Josh Ford just makes that look so easy. So calm as that ball is coming in.
I just love his leadership. He is about as vocal as anyone out there in a black jersey. And as the captain, you'd expect that, but words of encouragement in every single situation. Josh Ford, an exceptional leader for this team.
And not only that, but he backs it up with his play. He's whenever he's called upon, he comes up huge.
Another substitution coming up here for San Antonio FC is Danny Garcia. Make his 11th appearance of the season, as he will come in for Carlos Alvarez, whose night is done in the 71st minute. And I thought this was a good night for Carlos Alvarez, along with the rest of the attack for San Antonio FC.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And this is great when you kind of have a player like Garcia that's coming off of your bench, because he's very crafty and very sneaky with the ball, and he could bring something exciting to this game for San Antonio.
He's got 2 goals in his 10 appearances this season. And up until Victor Araujo scored in the 8th minute of this game, he was the last offensive player to have a goal for San Antonio FC. In USL play, that is. And run over is Garcia as soon as he gets in the game, and he'll draw the foul.
And that's great. This is a perfect spot for San Antonio. See, he just draws that foul perfectly, puts himself in between the ball and the defender, and forces the defender to foul him.
Maybe Armstrong, with committing the foul, was not happy about it, and he continues to bark at Mike Laverne, who, whether he's wanted to or not, has been very involved in this game this evening.
Yeah. So on this free kick, I'd love to see some San Antonio players crashing across that near post. Can somebody get in front of the goalkeeper?
Castillo over the ball. Bends this one into the back post and over Tayu, but getting over to save it was Jason Johnson. He'll put it back into the box, but immediately blocked aside. What's interesting now, Kelly, is because Victor Araujo has left the game with injury, him and Carlos Alvarez usually orchestrate those set pieces, or excuse me, Rafa Castillo usually orchestrate those set pieces. Now you're just down to Rafa.
Yeah, so you know what Castillo's going to bring on those. Another good chance for a free kick, and this is going to be a lefty. You got to think that Castillo is going to want to step up and hit this one.
Well, this is exactly where he likes to shoot from about 20 yards away, just outside the box. And he's got, of course, the leg to do it, no question about it. We've seen it here at Toyota Field this season.
See, if that's me, I want that ball about a yard farther back, because it's tough to get that ball over a wall. I mean, you look at that wall, that's what, 6'2" maybe of players. You got to get it over that wall and under that bar. That's a tough space to be able to get it up and down that quickly.
Castillo with a chance, hits the bar, comes right back to Palacios, deflected and just wide. Great volley there in the middle, and I think it was Tayu who got the last touch on it.
Yeah, maybe, but a very good hit from Castillo, but not able to sneak it below that bar, and almost what looked like maybe even came off of the defender. Yeah, it's going to be a corner kick for San Antonio, so almost an own goal. for Switchbacks FC.
Corner store corner kick is the third of the night for San Antonio FC. Garcia sends it into the box. San Antonio FC was looking for a handball. Cochran, nice ball right to the top, off of Dan Legoric's hands. He's able to turn back and recover.
He got lucky there.
But this is between Danny Garcia coming in, Frank Taiu, what he has brought since he's been brought in. Momentum shifting a little bit here for San Antonio FC, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, I think you also have to bring Castillo into that. He's stepped up over the last 10 minutes or so and started to play a much bigger role in this game.
Castillo with the interception. Garcia with space. Salazar making the run, and the ball into the middle and sent wide. Michael Reed, who else again, who's had a big night tonight.
Well, you see this good ball from Garcia, and Taiu just lets it go and almost surprises Reed. He's not sure that that ball's coming or not. But a good ball through from Danny Garcia. But going back to Castillo, I actually think that it was from when the penalty was called. He got so fired up and angry that that actually got called. But he's been a different player on this field since that happened.
And David Legoric, hesitating, had to wait for that ball to come into the box with Taiu charging, and he was fortunate that it eventually bounced to him. But I like that point you made. Remember, he had the I don't want to say confrontation, but he certainly had the words for the referee after there was a foul down right in front of the San Antonio FC bench that was not called.
Yep.
And you're absolutely right. He's kind of played with a different passion as the game has gone along.
Yeah, it's he's been much more aggressive.
Reed loses it. Gonzalez. And to the outside it'll go. Kim. For Armstrong. Pressure there by Garcia on the ball. Armstrong gets around the tackle. Argueta. And well defended by San Antonio FC as they're able to work away possession. A turnover though, trying to get out of harm's way there. However, it'll not result in any dangerous occasion for San Antonio FC. With that ball once again going back to the outside for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
You see the compactness from the back four for San Antonio. Switchbacks don't really have many options other than trying to get it wide and whipping crosses.
That's what Davey Armstrong's going to try to do as he serves one to the back post and headed out of play. It'll result in a corner kick for Colorado Springs Switchbacks. It'll be their third of the night. Vercoloni will go over to take it. Steve Tritchew's team, unbeaten in 6 straight USL matches, but down to San Antonio FC. 2-1 here in the 78th minute tonight at Toyota Field. Vercoloni for the corner. Play it short out top. Gonzalez, and again Vercoloni with a move, and he goes down in the box, but no call this time as it was knocked away, and well done there by Jason Johnson.
Yeah, and for me, questionable, maybe that's a yellow card. I mean, I think he's already got one, so the referee's got to think twice about that, but it seemed a bit soft, and it seemed as though he was trying to draw a penalty kick there.
The old flop, you say?
You said it, not me.
The foul will give San Antonio FC a free kick here. As Castillo will quickly play it. Good ball ahead. Johnson into the box.
Wants that left foot.
It's blocked away. And the clearance back across the midfield line.
I'd love to see Johnson just more aggressive when that ball comes to him there. He's in behind the defense. Almost took his time.
He scored 3 times in the first 6 weeks of the season, the 2 goals on opening night in Seattle, and then the goal on April 30th against Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Has not scored since, Jason Johnson, yet still leads the team with 3 goals. We're going to get another substitution here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC as the veteran Aaron King, native of Denver, 11th year pro, 32 years of age, is going to come into the game. He's going to take out Tae-Song Kim. 10th appearance this season for King. He does not have a goal. He will go in as another late option for Steve Tritschew's team.
And they're going to put him right up top and just throw another attacker up there. This is what I was talking about. Switchbacks have to chase this game a bit, and that's going to open up so much more space deep in midfield and in that back line.
The final 10 minutes of the match, and here's some running room for Colorado Springs. King will get his first touch here of the night. Into the box, King works it back. Robinson off of King. San Antonio FC, I think, wanted the flag for an offside. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. San Antonio FC in no hurry here in the 81st minute. A 2-1 lead, both their goals in the opening half. Colorado Springs Switchbacks getting on the board with a penalty kick from the captain, Vercoloni, in the 50th minute. They've had some other chances here in this game, but some very tactical substitutions for Darren Powell. Tayu, Danny Garcia have certainly given their offense a little life here as the flag goes up on Jason Johnson. There's Danny Garcia. It was a homegrown contract signed by FC Dallas. He is a native of Dallas. Played collegiately at North Carolina. 2 goals on the season in Los Angeles and in Oklahoma City. Over the top to King, trying to settle that one down, and knocked away by Cochran. Back into the box, Robinson, and well defended.
Reed, well played.
Castillo will head this one forward. Tayu off to the races, but beaten to the ball. Frank Tayu's debut with San Antonio FC had a great scoring chance in the opening minutes that he was in the game. He's been exciting here tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do throughout the remainder of this season. A big, strong player with a nose for goal. It's everything you can ask for.
Set. Gonzalez, ball through, right to Josh Ford. And again, Josh will, as the crafty veteran, take his time here, moving this one up ahead. With the extended time on the injury to Araujo, you'd expect maybe at least 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time here in the second half. Garcia, as he gets around the challenge of Vercoloni. This is Castillo. As again, combination with Garcia and a good ball through. Onside, Tayu. Chance went wide. Jason Johnson able to save possession over on the back line.
This is better from Johnson. That's what I want to see. Run at the defender. Make him stop you.
And Johnson just ended up running out of real estate in the box. Lofted along to Tayu, who is about 5 feet offside on this instance as the flag goes up.
But that first combination that we saw with Tayu putting that ball across the box, it was about 3 or 4 passes, all one touch. Good timing of that run from Tayu. But I wanted to see Johnson make that run. for that tap-in at the back post. But it's just a glimpse, I think, of what Taiyu can add to this team.
Volleyed along back to the midfield. Settled by Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Run by Aaron King on the outside. Defended by McCarthy. And this is going to result in a corner kick here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks, their 4th of the night. Quickly pushing people into the 18. Vercoloni over the ball. Service well deep, and nobody even close there in a white jersey. Palacios will just clear this one ahead, right in over the Colorado Springs Switchbacks bench. Armstrong's got to hurry here. 86th minute now. 2-1 San Antonio FC with the lead. Trying to snap their 6-game winless streak, trying to snap Colorado Springs Switchbacks 6-game unbeaten streak.
Well, we talked in the first half about managing those last 5 minutes. And here we are again, the last 5 minutes of the second half. A 2-1 lead. Don't make any silly mistakes. Don't take risks that don't need to be taken.
San Antonio FC has given up 2 goals against beyond the 76th minute. Taiyu will send this one into the seats. Rafa Castillo's night is done. Sabiturier is going to come into the game here to finish this one out. A little more defense for Darren Powell. And what a night for the Colombian Rafa Castillo. Outstanding game, and I love the point you made, Kelly, about his, not his, I don't want to say his urgency, his feistiness there late in the second half. Outstanding.
Well, I think he's this emotional catalyst for the team, and as soon as he gets fired up, it just raised the entire team. And so we've seen from that point on, San Antonio have a much better attitude out there. They've been more the aggressor, which is what we saw in that first half as well.
Eighth appearance for Sabiturier, who also spent some time with his native Haiti in international play, getting ready for Copa America, as Haiti was looking to qualify.
And I like this sub from Darren Powell. Terrier is just going to sit in there and clean anything up that comes his way.
I thought when he left the club, it certainly took away something from their defensive end of the midfield. 88th minute, San Antonio FC will get a throw in here. And again, that gamesmanship taking just a little extra time. As Johnson volleys this one before it's cleared out of danger's way, and for a moment it could have been a handball against Colorado Springs Switchbacks, but instead it's possession for them up the far side. Vercoloni stays on side, but that ball sails over his head, out of bounds. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings here in the USL. We mentioned San Antonio FC is 14th in the table entering play tonight with 11 points, but Kelly, look what 3 points could do for them. It could jump all the way up to 11th and within 2 points of that last playoff spot with a win.
Yeah, and especially going into the schedule that they have ahead with all these home games, this is a good time for them to pick up a lot of points and climb that table.
And they got to hang on for at least the final couple of minutes of regulation time and some added stoppage time as well. Throw in here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks as we get closer and closer to the 90th minute. And one more substitution coming on here for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Nate Robinson is into the game. He'll take out Josh Suggs. Armstrong with a throw-in. Cleared out of the box. McCarthy heads this one along. Palacios just looking to get this away from danger as he switches fields. And Garcia will send it out of play. There will be 4 minutes stoppage time added on here in this game. San Antonio FC nursing a 1-goal lead, 2-1 here. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC pushing 10 men into the attacking third of the field. And now San Antonio FC on the counterattack here as Garcia lifts it across in the direction of Michael Reed. Reed, good touch, settles on the ball outside the box. Reed with a move. Reed in the box shot. A great save by David Legoric to keep his team alive.
But what composure from Reed. You have to love that. The 90th minute of the game, and he still has that composure. A beautiful first touch. Everybody thinks he's shooting, cuts it to that favored right foot, forces a great save.
Corner kick for San Antonio FC will be their 4th of the night. Corner store corner kick. 4 minutes stoppage time. San Antonio FC up 2-1. And Michael Reed nearly put the finishing touches on this one. San Antonio FC smart playing it short here, and they don't need another goal, that's for sure. Garcia with the throw-in. I'll give it off to Milton Palacios.
Wow, this is where they've got to be careful. Now they got to get numbers back behind the ball.
Colorado Springs Switchbacks off to the races here, back to the attacking third of the field. Mike Seth sending Aaron King into the 18. Knocked away from trouble there. About 2.5 minutes left to go before the whistle. And full time here tonight at Toyota Field is San Antonio FC trying to get their first win in USL play since April the 30th. Seth will take the throw in. And a whistle, and looks like Milton Palacios is down. He might be cramping up here, obviously, with the heat and the humidity coming late in the game. And that will add on potentially to stoppage time here, depending on how long Palacios stays down on the field.
Oh yeah, the referee's definitely watching his clock.
That's kind of what it looks like, Kelly. Looks like he might just be cramping up here.
Yeah.
Late in the game.
Gives everybody the chance to have a quick little drink of water.
The OC Blues make their first ever visit to Toyota Field on Thursday night. Kickoff set for 7:30 p.m. Tickets start at just $10. Visit SanAntonioFC.com to purchase your tickets. Well, those Mission City Firm supporters are ready to celebrate here. They're going to have to hold on for a couple more minutes in this one. Sam McBride is putting on the jersey. I mean, he probably thought he wasn't going to play here at this point of the game coming in, but it's going to be a stoppage time substitute for San Antonio FC, it appears, if they're going to let him have it.
Oh, I like this.
They're not going to let him have it.
No, referee stopped it.
No, he did.
They're going to let him, bring him in. Another big body, good in the air, to try and clear out this long throw.
So Palacios out, McBride in. McBride had started and played in every single game for San Antonio FC coming into tonight. He enters in stoppage time in the second half tonight. Seth with a throw in. Top of the 6-yard box. Ball settled down in front. Bertoloni with a chance and just sent it wide. But it looked like it may have deflected.
I believe it was offside. I think the referee called offside.
Like a very late offside whistle at that. Whew. Vercoloni couldn't believe it either. The assistant all the way deep in the corner, and he is offside. So now past the 4 minutes of stoppage time that have been added on, but of course, Milton Palacios had been down for about 90 seconds of that or so. So we'll see how much more gets added on. Colorado Springs Switchbacks, maybe one last opportunity. Sam McBride with a heads-up interception.
San Antonio
for Colorado Springs.
Yeah, they're going to take their time on this. They know time's up. This is where you say, find the corner. Just kick it to the corners. I think he heard me.
Mike Laverne with a look at his watch. And Colorado Springs Switchbacks gains possession here. Garcia steps in front of Vercoloni to make the interception.
To the corner.
San Antonio FC. It's like they're going to hang on here. Darren Powell can't believe that the game hasn't been called yet. And now it has. San Antonio FC gets their first win, and we get a little bit of extracurriculars after the whistles are blown, and Stephen McCarthy in the middle of it, and it has to be separated by Sam McBride. And they're still not done talking. And Josh Ford now coming.
And you see Ford's doing exactly what the captain should do. Pulling his players away, telling everybody, relax.
San Antonio FC, despite the maybe a little extra bit of feistiness that developed after the whistle had blown, they come away with the big 3 points tonight. A 2-1 win over Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. San Antonio FC snaps a 6-game winless streak. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up tonight from Toyota Field when we return here on Fox Sports Southwest.
When it needs to be ultra exciting, high-flying, non-stop action, San Antonio FC Soccer's got you covered. When it needs to be high-performing, hard-working, high-tech, super safe, built for comfort, and surprisingly affordable, Holt Cat has got you covered. With best-in-class cat-heavy equipment, engines, generators, and more, plus legendary service and support, and the largest parts inventory and distribution network in Texas. Kick it into high gear with Holt Cat.
Any question before we make jalapeno poppers?
Why is the Marcus dressed like that?
Jalapenos are spicy, man. Gotta protect.
Why do they take so long to make?
Paris was not built in a day.
That was wrong.
Whatever.
Can I use my own knife?
No.
My oven mitt's too small.
That's not a question.
Why don't we just buy H-E-B jalapeno poppers? They're made by hand with cream cheese and thick sliced original bacon.
That sign doesn't say cooking with Timmy.
H-E-B jalapeno poppers. We make them so you don't have to.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's third largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building homes for Habitat for Humanity. To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
Celebrate the season right with Stars Basketball and Family Fun Day. Every Saturday and Sunday home game presented by News 4 and Fox 29. Ticket and food packages start at just $13. Head over to sastars.com for more info. Season presented by Krista Santa Rosa Health System and HEB.
We've worked pretty hard to become the world's largest independent refiner and to be America's third largest producer of renewable fuels. But we've also worked hard to be named one of Fortune's most admired companies by giving over 125,000 volunteer hours a year, donating over 1 million pounds of food to local food banks, and building
Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC 2-1 the final tonight as San Antonio FC gets their third win of the year. And Kelly, here's how it happened tonight for San Antonio FC in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely huge game from Victor Araujo. You see Reed slide him through. Good composed finish, that left foot to give San Antonio the 1-0 lead early in the first half. And then McCarthy, nice and composed, finds himself wide open on the back post, and then a composed finish. Like I've said it too many times, you see players just blast that ball over the bar. Composed finish to give them the 2-0 lead.
And we showed you the Western Conference standings at the end of the second half, the tail end of the second half, and the importance of 3 points for San Antonio FC. This puts them now up to 11th in the table here, 14 points, and with other games still ongoing as of right now, they're just 2 points out of the last playoff spot and in a real great spot here, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, and even more than that, I think that it's great for them to start this homestead with 3 points.
San Antonio FC's USL season continues this Thursday when they host the Orange County Blues FC here at Toyota Field. Kickoff is set for 7:30, and you can buy tickets now at sanantoniofc.com. For Kelly Gray and our entire Fox Sports Southwest crew, I'm Dan Weiss, thanking you for joining us tonight. Our final from Toyota Field, San Antonio FC 2, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC 1. This has been a presentation of the USL and Spurs Sports and Entertainment. So long, everybody.